everyone. Welcome to Product Dissections with Tane. And today we are going to dissect Fivetran. So Fivetran is a data orchestration platform which helps you move data from different sources to a single destination along with transformations. They have pre-built connectors and they manage the complete infrastructure which is required to move data between your source and destination. So let's jump right in. Let's first look at initial setup and onboarding. So as soon as I log in, it is asking me to set up my first connector. So to do that, I need to select a data source and a destination. So in the drop-down menu, you can see that I think there are about 50 to 60 options, which are a lot for a menu like this. So this really restricts the ability of the user to explore all the options. I think a full page, if it was dedicated to just selecting a data source, would have been much more useful for the user in terms of exploring all the connectors that are available. So I'm just going to go ahead and select Google Sheets and select a destination. So I do not have any warehouse that is already set up. So I will let Fivetran do that for me. I'll click on setup. So as soon as I land on the screen, I see that setting up a connector is a three-step process, which is great. It helps me set the right expectation of how long this process is. I love the fact that the 14-day trial only starts once my initial sync is complete, because if I'm taking time to set up my source and destination, so that time will not eat up into my trial period. But I can see that there is a lot of text on the screen. So along with the initial setup of Google Sheets, there is a help guide, which is great. But I think there should have been some option to, hide this guide or only show when the user needs it. So the other option that could have been done is make this onboarding more contextual, because if I am stuck on a particular step, then I don't really know where I'm supposed to read in this particular guide. So just breaking down this guide and making it contextual with each step would have been much more useful. So destination schema is Google underscore Sheets, which has been auto populated for me. I'm going to call my destination table as sample underscore table. I think even this field could have been auto populated. So there are two ways I can grant access to my Google Sheet. So one is by adding this particular email ID to the sheet where I'm holding my sample data, or granting access to the whole account. So I'm just going to do that. So the connection is successful. The next step is to add the sheet ID. I think in this particular case, Fivetran should let the user paste the whole URL and then automatically extract the ID from that URL, so that it just becomes easier for the user, because there are chances of error that user might miss out on a particular character or copy extra characters. So I think that would just make it easier for the user. So I'll copy my sheet ID. I already have a named range created in my sheet, so I'm just going to go ahead and select that. Then I'll select my data processing location, which will be US. My time zone is not PST, and this is CST. I think even this field could have been auto-populated by Fivetran and detect which time zone I'm in. So I'm just going to click on save and test, and it is successful. So I'm now going to click on continue. All right. Currently, for the free trial, Fivetran is managing the BigQuery project for me. But once my free trial is over, either I'll have to connect my own destination, or the ownership of the BigQuery project will be transferred to me. This information is upfront and being communicated to the user, which is great. So I'll just click on I understand. All right, so I'll now quickly go ahead and configure my BigQuery project. Again, there's a lot of text on the screen. I'm not really sure as a new user where I should look at first, but I'll just quickly go ahead and complete this form. So all of these configurations look good to me. There's nothing to change, so I'll just click on save. Okay, so the changes have been successfully saved. So it's showing me a continue button. I think, again, 2 steps for the user. This could have been reduced to 1 step. And when I clicked on save, even that action could have taken me to the next step. All right, so my source and destination are set up. So on the top, you'll see that I'm on the final step of completing my initial sync, which is great. Then there are 4 tabs on the top. Status, which gives me an overview of the connector. There is sync history over here, which tells me that at what points in time my data is syncing to the warehouse. Then there are logs, which will be useful for me to debug if there is any trouble in syncing the data. Then the schema of where my data is syncing, and then there is some setup related information for this particular connector. And then there is a left-hand navigation menu, which will take me to different parts of the product, which we'll look at in a moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and start my initial sync. So it is going to do two things. One, it is going to historically sync all the data which was already present in the sheet. And then from that point, it'll continue syncing only the updates or new rows which get added to my Google Sheets. This might take a few moments. So meanwhile, let me go ahead and explore the left-hand side navigation menu. Connectors is where I am currently on. So transformations is basically, this can help me run SQL scripts before I move data into my destination. I do not completely understand why the feature is locked, because given that I'm in free trial right now, everything should have been open for me to see and test, because this could be something important before I make the buying decision. Then let's look at uploads. So I think I can directly approach CSVs as well and sync that data into my destination. BI tools. So once my data is inside the Fivetran warehouse, the next step is to analyze that data and visualize it. So let's see what options are available for me. So I think there are about 7 options. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Google Data Studio, because the setup for that seems to be the easiest. All right, so the connection is successful and my Google Data Studio is connected with the BigQuery project. So I'll just click on save and done. So these are the connection details for the BI tool which I've just connected. All of this looks good. Inside the users, I am currently the admin. I can go ahead and add new users and assign different roles. So right now I'm not going to add any users. And then finally, there are alerts. This is showing me different tasks or warnings and anything that needs user attention. So let me now go ahead and set up my BI tool, which is the Google Data Studio. All right, so now I'm inside Google Data Studio. I'll click on blank report. I know that my data is inside a BigQuery project, so I'm going to select BigQuery, and sample data is the table, and add that data to the report. So once I've added my data to the report, now I can go ahead and create as many number of widgets as possible, and all of this data will be updated in real time as and when new data syncs from the Google Sheets to my BigQuery project. So once I've set up the BI tool, so I've completed the initial setup and journey of creating a source, moving my data from source to that BigQuery project, and then finally viewing that data on Google Data Studio. So this whole process of setting up Fivetran was quick and very easy. Let's now talk about pricing. So this is the pricing page for Fivetran. This is how they are charging for different plans. They are charging per credit. And credit is something that they have explained here. They charged you on something called monthly active rows. So monthly active rows are basically the changes to existing rows or new rows which get added to your warehouse. And then these monthly active rows are exchanged for credits, and those credits are determined by the consumption table. I think this pricing is not very standard, and I think it'll be difficult for someone who's new to a product like this. It'll be difficult to understand what this pricing means. So I think if there was a video to explain how this pricing works with examples, with actual numbers, I think it'll be much more easier for the user to understand and make the final buying decision. And also, if the pricing is not very standard and the user cannot compare it with the competitor products, then I think Fivetran might be in a slight position of disadvantage. So here are my 5 key takeaways from this dissection. First, Fivetran should definitely provide its users with sources with sample data. One, it'll reduce the time of onboarding. And second, users might not be very comfortable with testing out the product with their own data. Second, they should reduce the number of steps during the connector setup. This could be done by auto-populating different fields and reducing the number of clicks. Third, the connector setup documentation should be made contextual. In its current form, it can be very overwhelming for the user, and it should be presented only when the user needs it. Fourth, access to all the features should be given during the free trial. For example, I did not have access to transformations. Now that could have been an important feature for me to decide whether I want to go ahead with the subscription of the product or not. And finally, the pricing should be made easier to understand with the help of examples, maybe in a video. Thank you and see you in the next one.